Craig, what has stood out to you about change in Seiya's approach overall this year?
I think not a lot. I think he got off to a good start. I think just the guys sitting around him have given him confidence and let him hit in a lot of RBI situations, frankly. And it's always just a fun time to hit when there's guys on base. And I think he's enjoying himself. I think he's having fun, and that always helps too.
Yeah, just as far as aggressiveness, and maybe at times could be passive, but it seems like this year he's more willing to be aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers are just slightly up with the aggressiveness, and I think that's always a fine line, because I think just the nature of the way you conduct at bats, it's seeing pitches, and it's just what makes you comfortable to be your best self. But I think, we've worked hard and I think Seiya's worked hard at just taking that aggressiveness up just a tad, and I think it has paid some dividends, and it pays the dividends in kind of the way the pitcher sees you as well. Can I just? Yes. I have a small announcement. We DFA'd Julian Merryweather and added Brooks Kriske to the roster.
What went into that?
Unfortunately, Julian was just struggling a little bit, and frankly, we just couldn't come up with answers as to how to reverse that, and so we made this move, and it's a fresh arm today, and we'll go from there.
What's stood out to you about Brooks's performance this year?
Yeah, I think he's striking hitters out. That's kind of always been his calling card. He's always had high strikeout rates in AAA, and he's continuing to do the same thing. And that's kind of what makes him effective. It's a good, it's a fastball kind of split finger mix. It's got a slider too, but that's the two pitches that kind of get the swing and miss.
Just back to Julian real quick. Coming into the season, obviously the hope was really high that the health stuff was behind him and he could be a high leverage arm for you guys. Just how tough has it been just navigating some of the bullpen stuff with some of the guys that maybe you thought could be in those spots and not having that the whole year so far?
Yeah, I think we talk a lot about bullpens. The bullpens they change every year, and whatever you think going into a season is likely not going to be how you end up a month later or 2 months later, and that goes for right now as well. So we have to be flexible with that. Julian, he got off to a pretty good start, and then lately the month of May has been a real struggle, and we just have to adjust to that. So we've had some numerous guys step up in a big way, and I think we're doing a nice job out of the bullpen, and we'll just have to continue to be flexible. And the bullpen it's a hard place, man. Those guys down there, all they can do is try to answer the bell as much as they can, put their best foot forward. There's going to be bad outings, but you show up the next day and try to be available and put your best foot forward. And I think largely we're doing a really good job of that.
Off the beaten path a little bit, you're obviously a former infielder. Curious, when Nico barehands the ball on that double play turn, what goes through your mind? Just instinct at that point?
Yeah. I think that is an instinctual play. It was a short flip from Dansby, and I think I don't think for guys of Nico's ability, it's actually that tough of play, and it's a faster way to make the play. If you flip Nico a ball 100 times from that distance, he's probably going to catch 99 of them.
With Dansby, he's on a pretty promising home run pace here. How much of that do you think is health versus any other factors?
Health always helps. There's no question about that. I would I hope it continues. I think he's probably ahead of what he would expect, but he's in a good stretch right now. And I think for most players, home runs come in bunches, and you take them while you get them, and hope you can keep that little streak going for as long as you can.